You are like a mad scientist, dude.
I try. I'm gonna be coming over here and I'm gonna be cutting up the front of this frame. Yeah, it's kind of this.
Oh boy. Oh, no. We have brakes. That's good.
On today's episode of Cars and Cameras, we are back working on the world's smallest cross kart powered by a 190cc 5-speed engine. We left you by figuring out where our rear shocks are going to mount, and we didn't quite get there, so we're picking up right where we left off. Charles just tacked in some new upper shock mounts, and we're looking for that sweet spot of suspension travel, compression, stiffness, all that stuff, so let's jump right in. Today's video is sponsored by Bespoke Post. We're ready to test again. We moved our top shock mount inwards and the bottom one inwards as well because we were just too stiff all around.
That's better. It's a lot better.
Still a little stiff though, isn't it, dude?
It's just so hard to test right now because I feel silly just doing that.
Oh, I know.
But that's really what it's gonna do.
Yep. All right, buddy. Here's what I'm thinking. This rear hoop that we have just kind of zip tied for testing purposes, we continue it down, make it go flat to go around our pillow block there.
Okay.
And then have it curve back towards the frame.
I like that.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So we'll have a couple of bends in there. We're going to have plenty of space for our chain tensioner there, our jack shaft, and we'll be able to truss it and
absolutely
and stiffen it up quite a good ways.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and start bending some tube.
Think I have the rear shock tower slash like rear seat support, and the rear half of this go-kart is under its own weight, like it's supporting itself. It's just tacked, but that's all I was told to do. Don't look too close. Let's see, we've got the bar starting there, going over our adjustable, I guess, pivot point, jack shaft, something. It's going over it, allowing some clearance. It's inside the trailing arms, I think. Yes, it is. Oh boy, I might have to give it a little massaging. But it goes up to the shock tower. They're both at, I think, a matching 45 or 50 degree angle, both of them. And then we've got them sandwiched down here. And I also put two supports back here to the rear half of the bathtub. That's what I'm calling this chassis. It looks like a bathtub. I'm gonna sit in this thing and see what it does. Hopefully it doesn't like fall apart. I'm gonna set the camera up just in case. It's under its own weight. I'm gonna try and sit in it, see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't just, oh, okay. Hopefully it doesn't just fall apart. So far so good, because it's just tacked. Hey, I think that works. Kind of silly, but this is testing. Remember, engineering and prototype area. It's going down. I like this. This is cool. All right, seems like it's gonna work. Now we will be supporting right here under this bend. We will be going down to the chassis behind these bars, just so this cannot lift up. I have it supported behind my seat, so this bar, so the shocks can't fold it. But we're gonna put some trusses or something under here, maybe even here too. Just, you know, triangulation is key with chassis building 101. I took that class. No, I didn't.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit.
I hear you, buddy. So today, Ike and I are going to start brainstorming on the front end and try to make something happen. And Charles, I like that look. Charles is going to be working on the rear end, basically installing the keys, the sprockets. He's going to also do the same with the jack shaft, and then also start to think about our rear brake back here and how we're going to attach a caliper. So we're waiting on Heim joints, so we're not going to have a complete roller, but we should be very, very close today. All right, so check this out, guys. First off, today's episode is sponsored by Bespoke Post. Charles, got to get a hand opening this box, sir.
Hey, man.
Sweet. All right, Bespoke Post is a monthly membership club that delivers all kinds of cool boxes filled with top-shelf goods from under-the-radar brands, meaning that you get to be the trendsetter among your family and friends. It costs $0 to join, and every month they suggest outdoor gear, barware, clothing, and more based on your interests. Even live oysters. Ike, you love live oysters. Every box has around $70 in value, but only costs you $45. Plus, 90% of their products come from small businesses, and many of those businesses are right here in the United States.
This is the Weekender. Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's got that classy, timeless look.
It even comes with a strap so I can put it over my shoulder. I love these clips, and I like how the bottom has a firm spot, so if you put anything in there, it doesn't like wear through the bottom. Oh, it's even got tabs on the bottom.
Oh, nice.
Next up, we have the Forge box. I think I got a new mango peeler right here. Dude, look at those colors, man.
Oh, that's sweet.
The blue and gray. Oh, that side's even better. It's got a little loop there. Best of all, man, it's going right next to the pliers. Also, cool side note, this Damascus steel knife from Buck and Bear Knives is out of Pennsylvania. So this guy was made just a few hundred miles away. Charles, you're up next, buddy.
Them woods can get pretty rough. This is the Slash.
And it speaks for itself. Dude, that is great. I like the notch. That's not going to slip.
And it's got a good weight to it. Look at the thickness of the steel. You know,
They do this.
Yes, they go ding. This one is not going to do that.
Well, let's test it out.
It's working.
Dude, it's working. We got some thick briars down here. That works pretty darn good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Dang. The cool thing about being a Bespoke Post member is that you only pay for what you want, meaning you get a box assigned to you based on the sign-up interest quiz you take, but before anything is shipped to you, you get a preview of what's in your box, and you get to choose if you want to 1, keep it, 2, swap it for a different box on offer, or 3, skip the month entirely for no cost at all. The box lineup changes every month, and you have total control on what shows up at your door. To get 20% off your first box, click the link in the description and enter CarsandCameras20 at checkout, or go to bspk.me/CarsandCameras20. All right, we got some kindling, buddy?
Oh, yeah.
Sweet, let's go make a fire. Again, big thanks to Bespoke Post for sponsoring today's episode. Let's get back to the shop.
So we need probably some locking collars for the back of this. This has got some set screws. Need keys for pretty much everything, but the bearing hangers, we don't have the locking collars on there, so it's quite the list. But I got to make sure everything is on here so we don't have any movement side to side.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld up these two pipes. Can I say pipes?
Sure.
Pipes. I'm going to weld up these two pipes because I'm going to be trimming these outboard pipes out of the way. So I don't want this being held up by just a couple of spot welds. You know, I cut. So anyhow, we're making room for the lower and upper control arms. We're going to have to get rid of these outboard pieces. I'm going to actually move them back a little bit. How far, I'm not quite sure yet. We'll figure it out once we kind of mock up the control arm.
Stay tuned.
Yep. Cover.
Yeah. Oh, he screamed something.
Alright, I think that'll be enough where if I trim this off, this pipe won't just can fall down.
Good. All right, so the issue we're running into is how we're going to build out our front suspension to also have room for our feet in a way that will be comfortable.
And it's going to be
Pretty tricky.
I mean, it'd be really cool to have upper and lower control arms. But if we have just the like Yerf Dog style with just the lower control arms, they're going to be out of the way. You can
Have that much
possibly
room for your
stretch
feet.
out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But then we got to figure out a way to spring it too. So
Yeah.
got to figure that out.
Come up with some sort of shock tower.
I mean, if your pivot point is all the way out here.
No, the pivot point is here.
Oh, I'm sorry. The pivot point is there, but on the wheel side of things, you're
They're going to be
out there.
out to here.
Yeah, just mount your shock there, lean it in, and look at all that room for activities you have for your feet. You got your frame there. You got your lower control arms there, your shocks there. You brace it up top like that, and then you also have 2 hoops that go doop doop.
That's pretty close to what I was talking about.
That way you have all that room for activities in your feet.
Except, and you wouldn't have upper control arms.
Exactly, just
Yeah.
single,
So,
which is lighter, stuff.
And that crossbar that goes between the hoops, we can hang our pedals from.
Every time you're talking about hanging pedals, man.
Yeah, man. I like
that
the
idea.
pedals from the top.
We'll do that for you if it makes sense. We'll hang our pedals from the top, dog.
No, I mean,
Well,
like,
although-
you move from yard cart to, like, go-kart.
Race car.
Race cart when the pedals are hanging.
So
Oh yeah.
we can actually bring the box out and have our feet
Exactly.
inside
You
the
have
box.
all that room inside for your feet.
All right. Well, that seems like we're getting somewhere. I'm thinking on this frame, we'll do it like Earth Dog style, where we have the lower control arms welded solid to this. So when there is like movement, we're going to get a lot of camber. But there shouldn't be a whole lot of, what are we, 3 to 4 inches of travel?
Yep.
That's our thought. So we have that, and we also have a shock mount perch welded on this, and it's going to be somewhere around here. And I'm thinking we have like a bar welded from here, kind of a hoop coming around, and then going all the way back here and welded into this piece back here.
Okay.
That's my thought.
Yep.
But now we're going to have to sit in it again and see if that bar is going to be an issue there.
I was about to say we need some dummy feet that we can just like put in stuff.
We need a buster.
We need a buster.
Yeah.
Too bad they're too expensive.
No, I've actually found them pretty cheap.
Okay. Last time I found one, it was like $1,000.
I found one for like $300 bucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds better.
God, I had a sway bar on the Miata that
Oh, that rear axle part.
but I took it home.
What about the Volvo?
Is there a sway bar on the Volvo?
There might be one on the Volvo. So anyhow, what I was thinking, okay, so we have the control arms, and then here's the tire, control arm, tire. We have no room for our feet and pedals with the standard, setup for the springs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But if we had a torsion bar set up, you hook this up to here, and you hook this up to here, and then you have these same pickup points going to the frame. But right here in the center, we figure out a tab that can extend, and you attach it like somewhere in the center of the frame, so it becomes the center of this sway bar becomes fixed, and then the control arms will spring on either side.
So you're saying make linkage from the front that runs all the way to the back and mount our front shocks right there?
Yeah, possibly.
That's a cool idea, yeah. You are like a mad scientist, dude.
I try. The sway bars are out of the question because they're so big on the cars. So what if we just have 2 pillow blocks with a bar running through? We're going to have linkage going to the control arms with a couple of heim joints hooked up. That way it has plenty of movement. Anyhow, and another bar coming off with a upper shock mount mounted here, and then this is mounted solid to there. So these shocks are going to be out of the way from our feet, hopefully. And we'll have front suspension. We'll have room for our feet. How's it going, dude?
Oh, I got it mocked up.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
Caliper bracket looks functional.
So, you got the bracket mocked up. You're just going to be tacking it up and all that.
Yep.
That looks really good. That looks really good.
Thank you.
All right, so while you're welding that, I'm going to be coming over here and I'm going to be cutting up the front of this frame. Yeah, it's
Oh boy.
don't want to do it. All that nice work that we did. So I'm going to be cutting it up, shortening the outboard parts of the bars, bringing them in, and by then you'll be done with that, and I'll be ready to weld up here.
What is he doing out there?
You don't want to know.
He's mining for steel. We have brakes. That's good.
Sweet.
Well, it's a done deal now, ain't it?
Yeah.
Where that looks further back than this one. But according to this, right there, dead on. But for some reason,
I think what it is that the bend might be messing with you.
All right. We got our tabs cut out, mocked up with our control arms. Go ahead and give him a tack, dude.
Yeah. All right, ready?
Yep.
Give. Oh boy.
Perfect. You can go ahead and make some tweaks and then tack the bottoms.
so now that we got our front end pretty well figured out, I believe, I'm thinking that we're gonna put this spring right here, and it's gonna lean in to this point. Now we're gonna have to have a hoop coming around so we can attach our upper spring. So I've already measured. We're gonna have to have it about between 8 and 9 inches tall and 10 inches wide. We got to make it past this steering rack and weld it in, and so we're going to have a nice little hoop there. So we got a scrap piece of metal over here at the road fab. So this is about 32 inches long. We only need, what do we figure?
24 and a half.
24 and a half inches, but you know, we'll trim the end. That's the plan. So we did go ahead and, yeah, there we go. That mark is down. So anyhow, so there's gonna be a little bit of excess and we're gonna trim that.
What'd you say?
I took it to 184 degrees, and with a little bit of spring back, it should be right at 180 degrees.
Perfect.
Looks good to me.
It looks like something under my kitchen sink.
I have the 2 hoops. I think we did a pretty awesome job with them. I think this is going to be great. I was a little worried about it looking ridiculous, but I don't think it looks bad. What do you think?
No, not at all. Kind of like a rock bouncer with a independent front suspension.
So now we got to figure how these hoops are going to set. I hope they kind of do this.
Yeah, oh yeah, hold them up straight. Okay, just so everybody can see what we're working with. Well, just I guess we can start mocking up some lower shock tabs just to get that hung, and then start balancing the top half, seeing what angle we need to go with.
Right. So I'm gonna put this camera down, and I'm gonna help you set up those hoops.
Okay.
Where I think they're gonna go, and we're just gonna tack them in place.
Yep.
And
because we need some help from John in the morning.
Yep.
For shock mounts, upper and lower.
Right.
So they are adjustable up and down.
So
right here
we're
and
going
here.
to just set those up where we think it'll look nice. And maybe John will be proud of us.
Yeah.
Alright.
Got it.
Alright. Go a little fatter on that tag.
Oh yeah. That
Alright.
should be enough. Yeah.
Cool.
Feel solid.
Pretty good.
All right.
We'll just do some more eyeballing.
Yeah.
And I like what we got going on here.
We got shock towers.
Pretty
man.
good. Well, I'm gonna sit in it and see
All
what
right.
I think.
You don't like them already?
Now we got a problem. You know, we need a gas pedal
Mhm.
here, and we need a brake.
Oh, we need two pedals
Gas,
there?
We need two pedals here. I don't know. Maybe we can make something work. We'll just let John come in and he'll take a look at it and we'll figure this out.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's quitting time for the night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go inside, edit a video, go to bed, wake up bright and early in the morning and get right back to this because tomorrow we are gonna have a roller. So now that we got these pieces cut out, I've already set up one side. It's looking pretty good. Now I've got to install this other side here. Alright, look at that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So those are our upper shock mounts that we've got fitted in there. Left side, right side.
Yeah, we got the frame perfectly level. Now we're going to check the degrees of these hoops and try to set them up exactly the same. So we have 21 degrees on this one, and we have 22 degrees on this one. So I need to knock this one up a little bit. That might be too much. That was too much. $21 degrees.
All right.
So I feel like we can weld them up where they're not going to move. Seems a little on the stiff side. She's a little on the stiff side.
Yeah. Oh.
What was that snap? I have one chrome shock. I'm going to swap it out,
Let's see what it does.
see what happens.
Pretty generic.
It's better?
Okay, so now you've returned it to its softest setting,
Yeah.
and you like it.
Yes. Now I'm going to steal one of the chrome ones off the back.
Replace
For
it
the
with
front.
the front one and match them up.
All right, so we got the fronts swapped out with the rear, and we swapped the front to the rear. And
What was that? Never mind.
front to rear, rear to front.
Something.
I'm gonna try sitting in it.
All right. Oh, the tires they almost cambered in to 0. That's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
Yeah. I see some movement. You're
Yeah.
almost touching that 4x4 piece of steel with the bottom of the frame when you're
Well-
bouncing.
This was supposed to be ride height,
Okay.
and
And let's see. You're pretty much like,
I'm there.
yeah.
That was supposed to be ride height. That board.
Let's see. Hold on.
And what are we, half an inch off? Which we still have to add some weight. We still have to
we
add some
still
weight.
have to add some weight. We got a crossbar,
I think
some other
we are-
stuff.
I think we're exactly where we need to be.
Dialed.
Dialed.
Except for the rear shocks. But no big deal. That's
It
not
is
shock.
what it is.
That's not shocking. I'm so dumb.
No, Wayne. All right, so I'm happy with what we've got going so far. We just need a little cross member on top to keep them top perches from bending in when we hit them gnarly jumps.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's it. I'm happy with this.
Let me move the block. Okay.
This is good.
Thanks for tuning into the second episode of our 190 yard cart destroyer, everybody. I gotta say thank you to all your very strong support from the first episode. I'm glad to see that you all are excited, as I am, about this vehicle. It should be a ton of fun. 5-speed, like little tight rally cart is basically what we're going after, and I think we're off to a very, very good start. Anyway, subscribe to Cars and Cameras for more content. We have a lot of really cool stuff coming up. The Go Power Sports 180 3-hour endurance race. We finished very strongly in that. We have a Tillotson T4 racing cart we're going to be taking to the track and assembling very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. If you want sneak peeks for all this, you can find me on Instagram at John_Cars and Cameras, or visit our Facebook at Cars and Cameras Reviews. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Support the channel. Pick up a hat at cars-cameras.com. We will catch you next time.
Ike taught me. He learned it in the Navy. And little did you know that when Isaac goes to West Virginia, this is all he wears.